It's great to be back. We were here a year ago, and it just seems like it was just yesterday. But you know, we've had a great event here at Lead, and it's a perfect way to start off 2017. Unbelievable. You know, I want to talk today a little bit about the opportunity that we all have to build our teams. In order to do that, you first of all have to be your own team. This is a picture of Sue and I. We recently were in Paris, and we had an opportunity after we went and attended the event, had a little personal time with our team members. We then had a little bit of personal time at this little cozy place, and they said, this is the best hot chocolate in the world. I don't know if Mark McDonald's still here, but that stuff had like 5,000 calories in it, every cup that you poured. So, Mark, I hear you back there. Sorry, buddy. But you weren't there, so I just dumped it and drank the whole thing. It was incredible. You know, one of the greatest things that you can do is to serve your team. And over the years in the industry, we've had the opportunity to be mentored by a lot of great people. And one of the things that I observed in those people was how they served the organization that they were involved in. So, the first thing that you have to do is build the foundation of your own organization by teaching people the principles of gathering customers. Those customers develop into distributors and into builders in your organization. Creating and building relationships is what this business is all about. There's a lot of reasons why people get involved in this industry, but what causes them to stay is the relationship that you create with them, staying plugged in with the team members, teaching integrity, teaching the people to be connected and stay connected. It's absolutely critical because that's what the team is all about. You know, I spent a lot of years in my youth being involved in individual sports and also being involved in team sports. And I got to tell you, those team sports created such a morale between people. It was unbelievable, the power. And that's exactly the same thing that we have the opportunity to do in this business. This is not a business about being by yourself. It's about being a member of a team and being a part of the team and recognizing everybody for that role that they might play. Invest the time. Personally get to know people. Have team gatherings. When you're doing that and you're meeting with your people, rub shoulders with them. Get to know them a little bit. Visualize with all those people. Help them understand the power of what this business is really, truly all about. Helping members define goals. Set time frames for those goals. I'm not talking about just individual goals, but gather together as a team and set team goals, because that is then what empowers your organization. Encouraging personal development, helping people understand that, look, when we first got in this business, we didn't know very much, and we were scared to death. I mean, the idea of coming up here and looking in this camera on the stage, that's crazy, man. That would have scared me to death back then, but I don't even care about that camera anymore. That's what happens to you, is that you grow, you develop, you become empowered, you help other people do the exact same thing. Giving responsibilities and empowering your organization. Very, very important. Giving credit where and when it's due. Everybody loves to be edified. And it's amazing because you can give somebody a compliment and they can be fueled and live on that for months. It's important that you edify and make sure you recognize everybody in the business and everybody in your organization. That's what will fuel your team and empower people. Staying in touch with the organization. Communication. You know, we live in a different world than we did 15, 20, 30 years ago, so there's a lot of things that you can do to communicate with your organization. Regular team calls. Leadership calls. Social media is unbelievable and empowering today. And there are people that I've met that are in this business. Some of them sitting right up here on these front rows. They are social media giants. Me, I'm not as great at social media as they are, but that's okay because They're teaching me. I'm learning from them. Web meetings, live video feeds, all these things are things that can help build the team and keep it connected and keep everybody unified together. Now, you heard Adam Gilmer talking about all the company promotions. You heard Calvin talking about leverage. Damien talking about massive action. All the other people and all of these things are all centered in on helping build your organization. Having team promotions is absolutely imperative. Now, this picture behind the words on this is actually where all the diamonds are going to go to Bora Bora this coming summer. Not only is it important that you qualify to attend all of the team events, or the company events, but you must make sure that you're doing the same thing within your organization, taking baby steps, helping people learn that they can be empowered, recognized, and edified for all the things that are going on. And there are people all over in Jeunesse that are masters and experts at doing that very thing. Team building, team activities, bonding trips, team unification, experiences that bring people together. They're all over. These are some experiences that I've witnessed, been on some and watched some of them, where you gather together members of an organization, and sometimes they then take it on themselves and do their own team organizations. That's what this business is really about, folks. It's about simply edifying the team member and then passing the torch on and helping other people become empowered to develop their own organizations and their own teams. And I've had the opportunity and witnessed this all over the world where that very thing is happening. We've had the opportunity to do team trainings with people all in different countries: Asia, Europe, Brazil, the United States, various other markets. Those are the things that unify your organization. And as that happens, what really goes on is that you see the evolution of people. I remember several years ago, the very first time, meeting Todd and meeting Calvin. Unbelievable to see what they've grown into today. I remember meeting Steve and Gina Merritt for the very first time, and to see the growth that they've poured down into their organizations. Lance, Tracy Smith, all these people that are growing and building their businesses. It's unbelievable to see these things. And Sue and I have had the chance to learn from all of these different people. That's what this business is all about. You know, I listened to John Maxwell today, not living in the past about what your past laurels are, but doing today what's most important, living in the moment and helping everybody and learning from everybody all the way across the journey. The leaders that I've seen that have developed and grown and how they've become so empowered and now are off guiding and directing their own teams. That's what this business helps you do. Yes, you can make some income. Yes, you can help support your family. Yes, you can make a little bit of money. And if you're willing to pay the price and gain the reward, you can change your life financially. But not only is the reward in the money, but the reward is in the personal growth. And witnessing and seeing various people grow and change and become leaders in their own right. And making sure that you recognize everyone along that journey. Team recognition is the thing that really will empower your organization. Here we are in Las Vegas at the lead event. Every person here, we're recognizing you for the fact that you've made the decision to be here. You're here today. That's what is really important. Now, maybe you've been challenged, maybe you've been struggling, but it doesn't matter because that's yesterday. That's last week. That's last month. That's last year. What you do moving forward is what's most important. Every day we wake up, the sun arises, and we are faced with choices and decisions that we must make for our individual selves, for the betterment of our families, for the betterment of our teams and our organizations. The decisions that you make will mold your future and make your destiny become what you choose it to be. And every day when you wake up, the sun comes out on the peaks. You look at it and you've got to decide, what am I going to do? The day closes. The sun sets. And the next day, the sun will come back up again. Every day, we get one day older. We have one less day in our future and one more day in our past. What we as individuals choose to do with that day, every day as it moves forward, will determine where we'll be in the future. If you continue to do the same thing that you've done for the last 5 years, over and over and over again, you will be in the same place in 5 years. Or you can make the decision here, today, not tomorrow, but here and now, today, at Lead, that you are going to change your life, help all the members of your organization change their lives, and move forward. Don't look back, look forward, and recognize if you choose to do that, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be easy. And as a matter of fact, you will find that you will have challenges almost beyond belief. We've been in this industry for most of our adult life, and I want you to know that I personally have made every possible mistake there has been to make in this business. I have failed over and over and over again. But that's okay, because I've gotten back up over and over and over again, and I was not willing to quit. And along the journey, I had a lot of people say to me, you know, Scott, you don't have the horsepower. You can't make this happen. You don't know enough. Your mindset isn't right. You know what that did? All that did was just fuel me on more. Because the truth is, nobody out there knows what's in your heart. Nobody. So you have to make that decision, and you are the one that's in control. You have to do the same for your team. If you want to help your team, first help yourself. And be the best team member you can in your organization. And as you develop and empower yourself and help others do the same, you will grow beyond belief. Remember, this business is not a business that you do alone. I happen to come across this picture. This is a picture of the Grand Tetons just outside of Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And this lone bull, buffalo, bison they call him, out there kicking in the snow. Snow on his back, freezing temperatures by himself. Folks, this is a business you cannot do alone. The only way you can grow and build is to empower other people to join with you and be a part of this opportunity and part of this journey. And by doing that, we all become a huge team, empowered. We're all one team, but we also have individual teams and individual organizations. And that is what makes us so great and so grand. So who are we, truthfully? We are who? Juness. We are. Come on. We are. We are. We are a big family. Build your teams, build your organizations, and help your teams become a part of the greatest movement on the planet Earth. Thank you very much.